Is 100,000 miles too much to build? Stage 2 plus, pulleys, tune, etc. I would say absolutely not.
No, it's one of those things we've talked about this before too. It's just making sure all of your components are, up to the factory level of performance already
Yeah.
before you start piling in a bunch of other, new demand on things. Is your fuel pump working? Is your intercooler up to snuff? Do you have any leaks here or there? Is everything healthy? That's the biggest
Has
thing.
everything been maintained?
If it's all healthy, well maintained, and in top order, no problem at all.
Yeah, and keep in mind, mileage is a loose correlation to health.
Engine health, yeah.
So if someone took a car and they drove 100,000 miles driving on I-80 between San Francisco and New York, that's going to be a pretty healthy car as long as it's had its basic maintenance. Now, another car driving 100,000 miles on the Rubicon Trail, that car would probably not even be a car anymore. It would probably be just like dust. So mileage itself, stop and go, the types of weather, the temperatures, but by far the biggest issue, you could destroy a car in 10,000 miles if it doesn't have the right oil or right amount of fluids in it. If you drain all the coolant out of a car, you won't even make it a mile. So that's an extreme example to say that if you haven't changed your coolant in the right intervals, then that coolant system now becomes corrosive.
Yeah.
That will have an impact on your intercoolers, and that means that at 60,000 miles, your intercooler could fail. Now, a well-maintained car with 120,000 miles won't have those corrosion issues, or the oil has to be changed, the proper intervals. If you don't change it, its viscosity changes, and then it no longer lubricates or protects the inside of the motor. So you start getting wear on your bearings, or your rings start wearing excessively. So by far the most important thing is good maintenance. If you have good maintenance, mileage really kind of won't matter. Certainly not to the degree that it would cause a concern. You could tune a 200,000 mile car if it's been well maintained.
Yeah, and it's so hard to give an answer on that, because there's you can think a car's perfectly maintained, but if you're not the original owner, you also don't know what happened before,
And you
even if it was
almost never are.
all dealer maintained. I mean, we stuff like the 3-liter motor had chronic thermostat issues when they were released, and a lot of them were replaced under warranty, and that's not necessarily a maintenance thing, but you don't know if that was driven then that with an overheating engine, and they had shut it down late or something like that. So it's tough knowing, if you don't have the full history of the car, but mileage is not a determining factor to know the engine's full health, basically, is I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So, whoever asked that question, I would say either yourself or have a mechanic go through the car. And then again, we offer this service where before you actually flash your car, but after you buy the file, we will send you our logger, and we can do some logs as well. Now, our logger is not going to be able to tell if your coolant system has corrosion issues or not, but we can generally see that is the ECU compensating for some deficiency or problem, and should you be careful? So just shoot us an email, and we can go from there.